Okay, so we are now on data visualization, so data analysis in Excel. Introduction. You can display your data analysis reports in a number of ways in Excel. However, if your data analysis results can be visualized as charts that highlight the notable points in the data, your audience can quickly grasp what you want to project in the data. It also leaves a good impact on your presentation style. In this chapter, you will get to know how to use Excel charts and Excel formatting features on charts that enable you to present your data analysis results with emphasis. Visualizing data with charts. In Excel, charts are used to make a graphical representation of any set of data. A chart is a visual representation of the data in which the data is represented by symbols such as bars in a bar chart or lines in a line chart. Excel provides you with many chart types, and you can choose one that suits your data, or you can use the Excel recommended charts option to view charts customized to your data and select one of those. In this lecture, you will understand the different techniques that you can use with the Excel charts to highlight your data analysis results more effectively. Creating combination charts. Suppose you have the target and actual profits for the fiscal year 2015 to 2016 that you obtained from different regions. So we will create a clustered column chart for these results, something like this. So we have the target and the actual. As you observe, it is difficult to visualize the comparison quickly between the targets and the actual in this chart. It does not give a true impact on your results. A better way of distinguishing two types of data to compare the values is by using combination charts. In Excel 2013 and versions above, you can use combo charts for the same purpose. Use vertical columns for the target values and align with markers for the actual values. So click the Design tab under the Chart Tools on the ribbon. Click Change Chart Type in the Type group. So change chart type in the Type group, and the Change Chart Type dialog box appears. So this is Change Type dialog box. Click Combo. There, Combo. Change the chart type for the series actual to line markers. So chart type line with markers, so for the actual. And the preview appears under custom combination. So this is our preview. Then we just click OK. Again, click Combo. Then we have here target and actual. So change actual with line with markers. And then, so here's the preview. Then we just click OK. Your customized combination chart will be displayed something like this. As you observe in the chart, the target values are in columns and the actual values are marked along the line. The data visualization has become better as it also shows you the trend of your results. However, this type of representation does not work well when the data ranges of your two data values vary significantly. Suppose you have the data on the number of units of your product that was shipped and the actual profits for the fiscal year 2015-2016 that you obtained from different regions. So if you use the same combination chart as below, you will get the following. So this is the result. In the chart, the data of number of units is not visible as the data ranges are varying significantly. In such cases, you can create a combination chart with secondary axis so that the primary axis displays one range and the secondary axis displays the other. So click the Insert tab click Combo in Charts group. Then click Create Custom Combo Chart from the drop-down list. So create Custom Combo Chart. So the Insert Chart dialog box appears with Combo highlighted. So from the chart type, choose Line with Markers. So number of units, line with markers. Clustered column for the series actual profits. So actual profits, clustered column. Check the box secondary axis to the right of the series number of units and click OK. Preview your chart appears under Custom Combination. So again, this is what's new here. We click on the secondary axis. Your combo chart appears with secondary axis. So this is our secondary axis. You can observe the values for actual profits on the primary axis and the values for number of units on the secondary axis. A significant observation in the above chart is for quarter 3, where number of units sold is more, but the actual profits made are less. This could probably be a sign to the promotion costs that were incurred to increase sales. The situation is improved in quarter 4 with a slight decrease in sales and a significant rise in the actual profits made. Discriminating series and category axis. Suppose you want to project the actual profits made in years 2013 to 2016. So if you create a clustered column for this data, so we have the following. So we have this for year and this for the actual profits. As you observe, the data visualization is not effective as the years are not displayed. You can overcome this by changing year to category. So remove the header in the data range. Now year is considered as a category and not a series. Your chart looks as follows. So we have here now the year. Chart elements and chart styles. Chart elements give more descriptions to your charts, thus helping visualizing your data more meaningfully. So we click the chart, then 3 buttons appear next to the upper right corner of the chart. So we have chart elements, chart styles, and chart filters. For detailed explanation of these, refer to Excel charts tutorial, but we don't have this one. Maybe we'll have this later. Click chart elements and then click chart elements and then we click data labels. So we check data labels. Click chart styles and then select a style and color that suits your data. So we have here styles and colors. You can use trend line to graphically display trends in data. You can extend a trend line in a chart beyond the actual data to predict future values. So extend trend line to predict future values. Data labels. Excel 2013 and later versions provide you with various options to display data labels. You can choose one label format and format it as you like, and then use clone current label to copy the formatting to the rest of the data labels in the chart. The data labels in the chart can have effects, varying shapes and sizes. It is also possible to display the content of a cell as part of the data label with Insert Data Label field. So these are data label fields. So quick layout. You can use the quick layout to change the overall layout of the chart quickly by choosing one of the predefined layout options. So we click on the chart, click design. So click on the chart, click design, and then click on quick layout. So different possible layouts will be displayed. As you move on the layouts option, the chart layout changes to that particular option. Select the layout you like, and the chart will be displayed with this chosen layout. So these are the options. So once you move the mouse here, then this will also change. Using pictures in column charts. You can create more emphasis on your data presentation by using a picture in place of columns. Click on a column on the column chart. So any column on the column chart. In the format data series, click on fill. So select picture. So fill, and then we select picture. Under insert picture, so insert picture here, provide the file name or optionally clipboard if you had copied an image earlier. So we can provide the file name or clipboard if we have copied an image earlier. The picture you have chosen will appear in place of columns in the chart. So just like in this example. Band chart. You might have to present customer survey results of a product from different regions. Band chart is suitable for this purpose. A band chart is a line chart with an added shaded area to display the upper and lower boundaries of groups of data. Suppose your customer survey results from the East and West regions month-wise are the following. So this is our result. Here in the data, lesser than 50% is low and 50 to 80% is medium, and greater than 80% is high. With band chart, you can display your survey results as follows. So we have here low, it is 50%, medium, and high. So we notice that in this line, we will know where that particular data point is lying. Is it on high, medium, or low? This one is also low. Create a line chart from your data. So this is now a line chart. Then change the chart type to East and West series to the line with markers. So we have East and West line with markers. So these are East and West. Low, medium, and high series to stack column. Low, medium, and high to stack column. Your chart looks as follows. Click on one of the columns, so one of the columns here. Change gap width to 0 in format data series. So change one on column, series overlap gap width, we change that to 0. And you will get bands instead of columns. To make the chart more presentable, add chart title, adjust vertical axis range, change the colors of the bands to green, yellow, red, and add labels to bands. The final result is the band chart with the defined boundaries, and the survey results represented across the bands. One can quickly and clearly make out from the chart that while the survey results from the region West are satisfactory, those for the region East have a decline in the last quarter and need attention. So this one, it's from the East. Thermometer chart. When you have to represent a target value and an actual value, you can easily create a thermometer chart in Excel that emphatically shows these values. With thermometer chart, you can display your data as follows. So it is something like this. This is more or less 100%, and this is our value. So how do we do it? Arrange your data as follows. So we have the actual and the target. Select the data, create a clustered column chart. As you observe, the right side column is target. Click on a column in the chart. Click on switch row column on the ribbon. So design and then switch row column. So right click on the target column. Click on format data series and click on secondary axis. So format data series and then click on secondary axis. As you observe, the primary axis and the secondary axis have different ranges. Right click the primary axis. In the format axis options under bounds, type 0 for minimum and 1 for maximum. So 0 to 1. Repeat the same for the secondary axis. So also from 0 to 1 for both the primary axis and the secondary axis. Both primary axis and secondary axis will be set to 0 to 100. The target column hides the actual column. So right click the visible column, target. In the format data series, select no fill to fill, solid line for border and blue for color. So we have fill, no fill, border, solid, and the color is blue. In chart elements, unselect axis primary horizontal, axis secondary vertical. So chart elements, axis, we have unselect the following. So axis primary horizontal, this one, and axis secondary horizontal. So we also remove grid lines and chart title. In the chart, right click on primary vertical axis. In format axis option, so format axis, click tick marks. So tick marks, and then for major type, select inside. So tick marks, major type, select inside. Right click on the chart area. So right click in the format chart area option, select no fill, no line for border. Resize the chart area to get the shape of a thermometer. You got your thermometer chart with the actual value as against target value being shown. You can make this thermometer chart more impressive with some formatting. Insert a rectangle shape superimposing the blue rectangular part in the chart. In format shape option, select gradient fill to fill. So fill, we use gradient fill and angle to 180%. Set the gradient stop at 50% at 0, 50, and 100. For the gradient stop at 0 and 100, choose the color black. So black, and at 50 we choose white. So again, 0, 50, 100, 0 and 100 you use black, and at the center you use white. Insert an oval shape at the bottom. The result is the thermometer chart that we started with. So this is now our thermometer chart. Gantt chart. A Gantt chart is a chart in which a series of horizontal lines shows the amount of work done in certain periods of time in relation to the amount of work planned for those periods. In Excel, you can create a Gantt chart by customizing a stack bar chart type so that it depicts tasks, task duration, and hierarchy. An Excel Gantt chart typically uses days as the unit of time along the horizontal axis. Consider the following data where the column task represents the task in the project, start represents the number of days from the start date to the project, and duration represents the duration of the task. Now the start of any task is start of previous task plus duration. So this is the case when the tasks are in hierarchy. So we have here the task 0, 5. So again, then next one. So since the duration is 5, that will be the start of the next task. So task plus duration will be the start of the next task. Select the chart, create stack bar chart. So this is the chart, appearance of the chart. Right click on start series. So the start series. In the format series option, select no fill. So no fill. So that will be the appearance. Right click on the category axis. This one. In format axis option, select categories in reverse order. So categories in reverse order. So this will now be reversed. In charts element, deselect legend and grid lines. So legend and grid lines were removed. Format the horizontal axis, adjust the range and major tick marks at 5-day intervals and minor tick marks at 1-day intervals. So you notice we have here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. These are the major tick marks. And these small tick marks here are the minor tick marks. Format data series to make it look impressive. Give a chart title. Then next we have the Waterfall chart. Waterfall chart is one of the most popular visualization tools under use in small and large businesses. Waterfall charts are ideal for showing how you have arrived at a net value, such as net income, by breaking down the cumulative effect of positive and negative contributions. Excel 2016 provides waterfall chart type. If you're using earlier versions of Excel, you can still create waterfall chart using stock column chart. The columns are color coded so that you can quickly tell positive from negative numbers. The initial and the final value columns start on the horizontal axis, while the intermediate values are floating columns. Because of this look, waterfall charts are also called bridge charts. So consider the following data. We have here our net cash flow. So it starts with 80,000, and then on April we have negative 5,003, and then negative again on May, and then positive on June. So these are the values from April to March. So that's 1 year. Prepare data for waterfall chart. So ensure the column net cash is to the left of the month's column. So we have here the month's column, and net cash is on to the left. Add two columns, increase and decrease for positive and negative cash flows respectively. Add a column, start and end. So the increase and decrease, so this is positive and negative. Start and N. The first column in the chart with the start value in the net cash flow, and N column, under the N column, the last column in the chart with the N value in the net cash flow. So it contains the last value here. Add a column float. So this is the column float that supports the intermediate columns. In the float column, insert a row in the beginning and at the end. Place n arbitrary value 50,000. So this one. This just have to have some space to the left and right of the chart. The data will be as follows. So this will be the data. Okay, so you notice here, let's go back. So higher between B5 and 0. So that means that if this is negative, this will be 0. This one is minimum or lower, the lowest value between B5 and 0. So if it is negative, it will be shown here, but we place here a negative value so that the negative value will become positive. And that is what we copied here. So here we have sum of G4 and E5, G4 and E5. So this one minus F5. So that's the value here. So the start plus this minus this. And the same is true with the next one. So the result will be something like this. Select the cells C2 to H18. So C2 to H18. Exclude net cash flow column. So we did not include the net cash flow column. Create stock column chart. To appear the stock column chart. Right click on the float series. So this is the float series. Right click. Click format data series. And in format data series option, select no field. Right click on negative series. So this is negative series. Right click, select field color. So field color as red. Right click on positive series and select field color as green. Right click on start series. Select field color as gray. So this is one. And right click on the end series and select color as gray and delete the legend. Right click on any series. So any series. In format data series option, select gap width as 10%. So the gap width under series option. So that will minimize the gap between the series. Give the chart title the Waterfall Chart. You just click here and then change, edit. So that's it. We have the Waterfall Chart here. Sparklines. Sparklines are tiny charts placed in single cells, each representing a row of data in your selection. They provide a quick way to see trends. You can add sparklines with quick analysis tool. Select the data for which you want to add sparklines. So this is the data. Keep an empty column to the right side. So this should be an empty column of the data for the sparklines. So with that, click on quick analysis. So it appears at the bottom right of your selected data. Click on the quick analysis button, then the quick analysis toolbar appears with various options. So these are the various options. So here we have the quick analysis toolbars. Notice we have here Sparklines. So choose Sparklines. So click Sparklines. The chart options displayed are based on the data and may vary. So chart options, again, it is based on the data here, and it may vary. So in this case, these are more or less the applicable Sparklines. Then choose this line, and then we have here the Sparkline charts. Pivot charts. Pivot charts are used to graphically summarize data and explore complicated data. A pivot chart shows data series, categories, and chart axes the same way a standard chart does. Additionally, it also gives you interactive filtering controls right on the chart so that you can quickly analyze a subset of your data. Pivot charts are useful when you have data in a huge pivot table or many complex worksheet data that includes text and numbers. A pivot chart can help you make sense of this data. You can create a pivot chart from a pivot table or a data table as a standalone without PivotTable. Pivot charts from PivotTable. To create a pivot chart, follow the steps given below. Click the pivot table, so we have the pivot table here. Click Analyze under Pivot Table Tools, so this is Pivot Table Tools, Analyze. Then click on Pivot Chart. The Insert Chart dialog appears. So this is the Insert Chart dialog box. Select the clustered column. So we have the clustered column from the option. So click the pivot chart, click OK, and the pivot chart is displayed. So this is our pivot chart. And we have here our filtering options. The pivot chart has three filters: region, salesperson, and month. Click the region filter. Control option, and the search box appears. So we have the search box appears with the list of all regions. Check boxes appears next to the regions. So it's, for example, here we select East and South options. So the filtered data appears on both the pivot table and the pivot chart. So notice here of the symbol, that means our region here is a filter is applied to region. Pivot charts without a pivot table. You can create a standalone pivot chart without creating a pivot table. Click the data table. Click the insert tab. Click the pivot chart in charts group. So insert, click here inside the data table. Click insert and then click pivot chart in the charts group, and the create pivot chart window appears. Select the table range, so the name of this table. So in this case it is table 145, I guess. Select the location where you want the pivot chart to be placed. Let's say in this area, existing worksheet. So you can choose existing or new worksheet. The empty pivot chart and an empty pivot table appears along with the pivot chart field list to build the pivot chart. So we have the pivot chart field list. Choose the fields to be added to the PivotChart. Arrange the fields by dragging them into filters, legends, axes, and values. So we can drag them to legends, axes, or values, or to filters. So just drag the fields, and here the PivotChart is actually displayed. And that ends this video lecture. Thank you very much for viewing this video.